What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Intunes Hop In. I'm your host, Kev. Without further ado, let's hop in on these three issues. Alright, let's start with our first comic. It's coming from Image Comics, and man, Image Comics are doing a great job with their comic books, at least the ones that I'm reading. And the one that we're talking about today is Skyward. Now, this is a new comic, just came out this past Wednesday, and I've already fell in love with it. I mean, it doesn't give you too much to, like, okay, this is a typical comic. It's giving you just enough to know, okay, this is the type of comic I want to read, because it gives you mystery. I mean, from the start of the book, we start with to see how the world is turned upside down. Nate, the father of Willa, which you'll see Nate in a couple seconds. This is Willa here. You know, he knew that this was eventually going to happen, but nobody wanted to listen to him. And it's just like, okay, well, who did you work for that they didn't want to believe that that was actually going to happen? But we pretty much get to see how, certain things just starting to happen. I mean, there's a part in the comic where Willa is about to be robbed. She's like a mail service, like a post office worker, and you got two guys trying to rob her. And she's like, "Listen, you can't just put a knife out me. I got a gun." But in this new world, if you do anything that gives you too much pressure, you only be going up, and away. And it's kind of seen in the early part of the comic where she loses her mom. That way, you gotta read it. So trust and believe me when I say this is a must-read comic. If you love mystery, if you love mysterious type things, if you love a good story like a detective, I wouldn't as far as put this as Batman, but it's something to definitely go check out. So I definitely would recommend you guys checking out. On to our next comic that we're talking about is Evil Heroes. Now just think of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, pretty much the Justice League if they were, rude. But what I love about this, which is coming from Zenoscope's comics, is that they're not really taking it has some relatables to the Justice League, but not really. I mean, not even Earth 2 Justice League, with the Rogue or Injustice. I mean, these are their own individuals. These guys come from an alien planet, and they every century come down to Earth to try to rule again. And the first time they did it, us humans was like, "Look, dog, you're not gonna rule us." We kicked them out of there by getting rid of all of them. And then, so the second time, which is the one where they came back, they out here destroying people, just like obliterating people and having them be as slaves. And there's a group of the military who's like, "Listen, we did it before. They talking about they were here before. We did it before. Let's get rid of them." And so pretty much, you had some losses, but eventually the human race won again. But this was a great story. And then at the end of the comic, we are left with a little like maybe there should be another one coming out. As far as, the way they ended it, I'm not going to give it away. All I'm going to say is an adaptation of Martial Manhunter. So, hey, look, check out Zenoscopes. Go on their website, zenoscopes.com. See if you can place an order, or check out your nearest comic book store to see if they can order it for you. Alright, our next and last comic is Batman Earth 1. Now, listen, this story is like a whole different type of a Batman. Like a Batman we've never seen before. And I'm not joking. We've never seen this type of Batman before. We pretty much start off with a Batman who is a spoiled little brat. I mean, and he's just spoiled. We get a different version of Alfred, who starts off already injured. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? This is interesting, but Alfred's injured. He's not he's not a butler at all. He's a military, like he was, or like he is, a military man. And as you see in this image, he's just a different style look for Alfred, and it's a little cool because he a little gangster in the comic. But yeah, man. So it's pretty much Bruce Wayne and his parents. They go out to a movie theater. The movie was cut short. I don't even think it even got to start. Like as soon as they got inside the auditorium, the lights turned off, so they had to walk out. And Bruce is like, okay, well let's just go out the front door all the way down there that leads into the alleyway. So they did that. And Bruce Wayne was far ahead of him, ahead of his parents. And next thing you know, he bumps into somebody, a thug, not really, just a standby. And he was like, watch where you going, kid. And Bruce Wayne was like, do you know who I am? My parents are the richest people in the world. Like, what kind of bratty stuff is that? And then, bam, it leads into them dying. Not like the original way that we're used to Batman's parents hearing the story of how his parents died. I mean, he started to escalate, But the main villain for the first volume of the book is Oswald Cobblepot. Now, I'm not going to spoil how that ends. If you're definitely going to go check out Batman Earth 1, definitely go do that. There's 2 volumes, so that is the first one. And we get to see Batman in his early stages. He's not a detective. He don't even know what he's doing out there. But he does have the riches and the equipment as our everyday Batman that we love. It's just not the Batman that we're used to, and you'll definitely see it. But it's almost funny. Like when you read it, you'll get a couple of chuckles here and there, because it's kind of like you would expect Bruce Wayne, Batman, to know how to handle a certain situation, and when he doesn't, like he literally asks Gordon, like Detective Gordon, can you show me how to be a detective? Like, that's something new and shocking. I mean, it was written by Jeff Johns and artwork by Gary Frank. And I mean, if you're reading Doomsday Clock, if you ever read a Jeff Johns, Gary Frank comic, this is definitely something that you guys will be interested in. Like I said, the artwork is great. The storytelling is great. So definitely go check out Batman Earth 1, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 comics that I definitely would like to see you guys hop in. And let me know if you did down in the comment section below. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on it. Our first one was Skyward. And no, this comic book is not upside down. This is straight up, vertical, correctly right. I mean, this comic was amazing. I mean, this is the first issue. I'm like, where's the second one at? Where's the third one at? And that's just how good this comic is. It gives you that mystery, like, well, how was it that you knew, Nate? How was it that you knew that the world was eventually going to be floating in the air? And why didn't it believe you? What caused it? What was the reasons to let it happen? And we get to see a little bit more. I just didn't want to give it away because I definitely want you guys to definitely check out Skyward. It's only, like I have down there, it's only going to cost you altogether $3.99 plus the tax wherever you live. Alright, our next up comic will be Evil Heroes. Now, this right here, I mean, it gets into more depth of what I was even trying to say. I didn't want to give it all away in this comic, but I mean, the artwork in it was amazing, and the way that, I mean, look, it's not for kids. It's a little graphic, but if you're like 13 and older, and you can handle that type of stuff, this is definitely a good comic. Zenescopes, I just started reading their comics, and they have a nice amount of comics that I read. This is volumes 1 of Evil Heroes. They said if they I don't know if they're still working on it. I don't know if it. There were issues of it individually, so maybe they'll be doing another one. I'm definitely gonna write them and say, look, I'm looking for the second one. And if you can definitely go to your nearest comic book store, pick it up, read it, let them know, hey, look, we're looking for the second one as well, or the next story arc. And lastly, it's only gonna cost you about, like I have up there, $19.99 plus the tax. But it's all 6 issues into one. That's why it's a graphic novel. Individually, if you are able to find the issues, you'll be able to find it. It'd be like $3.99 a piece, but you'll be better off just getting the whole thing all together. And lastly, we talking about Batman Earth 1. I mean, this by Jeff Johns. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been reading. So I gotta stretch back and get it, but Doomsday Clock. This is the first issue, and they're up to 4 issues now. I think I don't quote me on this, but I think the 5th issue should be coming out this Wednesday coming up. So I mean, this story is good. Best believe the story he wrote before this story is good. I mean, I definitely would check out Batman Earth 1. This is a different Batman. We're not used to somebody who was bratty or still ignorant or just a think he knows it all type person. And we get to see a different Alfred, a different Gordon. I mean, the way that Gordon and Detective Bullock react to one another, because Bullock isn't the Bullock that we know. He isn't the Bullock that we know. And Gordon is the Gordon that we know. In this first book, let's see if I can find it. In this first book, man, it's totally opposite, man. Gordon is the weakling. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, everybody's clowning him. You got dirty cops and all that up in there. And look my man Bullock, like he looked like a movie star. Well, right here, Bullock looked like a movie star. It technically was a TV show from Hollywood. Like you'll see it when you read it. And the main villain is Cobblepot. So that's all I'm giving you. Another Cobblepot, Bruce Wayne type thing. No. This one was more devious than anything. And then the second one, I mean, come on, man. It just got even better. Like, we definitely get to see Batman start off. You know what I'm saying? You definitely get to see him start off as a villain. And, not the villain. Did I say villain? Batman doesn't start off as a villain. He starts off as a hero. And his beginning works as any hero would ever try. And he's not that much successful. The main villain I would say is the Riddler in the second volume. And both of these are only gonna cost you $14.99 a piece plus the tax wherever you live. So I mean, all together, I'm not gonna do the math in my head right now to embarrass myself. But a piece $14.99 is cheaper than $19.99. But definitely want to give these 3 comics a read. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to do Kev's Weekly Pool like I'm able to all the time. I'm doing some extra work for my company, so I won't be able to give you guys Kev's Weekly Pool. But I definitely would like to talk to you guys. Let me know down in the comment section below, or I probably just might do it once I'm done reading like a certain comic on the way. I'm like, hey, listen, you guys gotta check out this comic. I might do that. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Kev. You've been you. Let's stay in tune.